The best thing as a new user of a sea leg is when I was first fit, getting onto it and feeling like I had worn it for years and being able to adjust to it so easily. I think being able to go down steps foot over foot was a monumental thing, and to do that in public was even better. Growing up, I always kind of tried to avoid going upstairs or downstairs in front of a lot of people for fear of being stared at. And now just the confidence of being able to go downstairs, and it's tremendous.
Hi, I'm Todd Anderson, Vice President in Ottobock Healthcare's Professional and Clinical Services Department. We offer clinical and technical support as well as ongoing education. I'm here to talk to you about the Sea-Leg and Compact microprocessor-controlled knees. When you use the cruise control in a car, you know that the great thing about it is that you don't have to think about your speed. The cruise control sets it for you and lets you focus on other aspects of driving. In reality, there's a feedback loop in which a microprocessor receives sensor information about whether the car is speeding up or slowing down, then sends a signal to adjust the gas flow and the transmission accordingly, always keeping the car right where you want it. Our microprocessor controlled knees function a lot like that too, except that when the software in the microprocessor receives the sensor information, it knows exactly where the knee is in the walking or gait cycle. It knows this because we've based our software on the walking techniques of thousands of people, so that it can anticipate what the leg needs to do in the next moment, allowing it to be proactive instead of reactive, a lot like the muscles in a sound limb. For example, at the end of swing phase, just before the heel strikes the ground, the quadriceps and hamstrings of the sound leg simultaneously contract and prepare for loading that will occur at heel strike. This prevents the knee from collapsing and allows it to act as a shock absorber while also creating a smooth, efficient gait. If you were to stumble at this point, your leg would resist flexing and help you to recover. The Sea-Leg offers its own security by using a built-in microprocessor that reads information from gait sensors and with the help of specialized software controls a hydraulic system that creates resistance to flexion for the Sea-Leg. Here's how it works in detail. Two sensors, one near the ankle and one at the knee joint, take continuous readings of the user's gait and environment. These readings are sampled 50 times a second by the microprocessor, which analyzes the data with unique software based on the walking patterns of thousands of individuals. This software enables the Sea-Leg to anticipate the demands about to be placed on the system and adjust resistance to the hydraulic system accordingly. This allows the Sea-Leg to be proactive rather than reactive. The hydraulic system includes two channels, one for setting flexion resistance and one for setting extension resistance. Based on information from the sensors, the microprocessor controls servo motors that open and close valves in the hydraulic channels, increasing or reducing resistance in the knee. These channels can be engaged alone or simultaneously, similar to the large muscles of the leg, to create the appropriate resistance no matter where the user is in the gait cycle. Because each Sea-Leg user is unique, the practitioner will use Ottobock software designed specifically for the Sea-Leg to set special resistance parameters. Our Bionic Link system takes advantage of Bluetooth technology so you can adjust the Sea-Leg performance without the hassle of cables. This enables you to fine-tune the knee to the user's unique needs. These parameters allow the Sea-Leg to know where the user will be in the next moment and enable it to function proactively. For example, based on sensor information, the microprocessor not only knows when it is about to make heel contact, but it also calculates the resistance parameters that will be needed for stance phase security, and instantaneously adjusts the flexion valve to adjust resistance, conforming to the user's gait pattern and environment to offer incredible stability. And at the end of stance phase, the microprocessor recognizes forefoot pressure in conjunction with a straight knee and opens the flexion valve to prepare for swing phase. The Sea-Leg is so smart about the gait cycle that it even allows for stance flexion, a natural flexing of the knee that normally occurs after heel contact in a sound leg. This function acts like a shock absorber and provides the Sea-Leg user with a more natural gait while simultaneously helping them expend less energy. The C-Leg was also designed with a built-in safety feature that differentiates it from other microprocessor-controlled knees. Other microprocessor-controlled knees are always in swing phase. That is, their default state is to swing freely, and they need to have certain criteria met in order to increase flexion resistance for stance. The C-Leg, on the other hand, always defaults to provide safe flexion resistance. In fact, the C-Leg will only swing freely if two criteria are met. The knee must be fully extended and there must be at least 70% of the user's weight on the forefoot. If these criteria are not met, the C-Leg continues to offer its normal high resistance. For the user, this means that if they start to trip or stumble, the knee will default to its most stable setting, continuing to offer resistance just as it does during normal walking, providing the user the security to help avoid stumbles and falls. This safety feature also allows users to walk down stairs and slopes step over step with absolute security. Finally, because users participate in activities that might require different resistance settings, we've created a second mode that can be programmed by C-Leg practitioners. Second mode can be used to create a free swinging leg for bicycle riding, for instance, or higher resistance for standing, like a surgeon might require during long procedures. To switch between modes, the user can either use the handheld remote control or bounce on the toe 3 times. In addition, the remote control gives patients the options to make modest adjustments to swing phase dynamics. This allows patients added flexibility in swing phase without affecting the knee stability. The C-Leg also provides a standing mode that is totally unique from any other microprocessor knee. This mode sets the knee at any flexion angle between 7 and 70 degrees to allow the user to shift weight to the prosthesis and relax their sound limb. To engage the standing mode, the user selects this option on the remote control, flexes the knee, and then straightens it slightly to the desired flexion angle. What this all means for the user is that they have the most secure and efficient knee in the world. Here's what some of our C-Leg and compact wearers have to say about their microprocessor knees.
I do work on the farm. I have 2 sons that are farming, and I'm out there helping them. The biggest share of it is driving tractor, combines, farm machinery, some skid steer loaders, and the C-Leg is, of course, good because one of the things you got to do to get to an implement is walk across rough ground because there's no level ground out there. There too, the C-Leg does the regular thing in that it, when you are walking on rough ground, why it just prevents that knee from jumping out in front of you. I want to do everything I can to preserve this good leg. It's been 48 years that this good leg, or my regular knee, has been doing extra duty, and I'm concerned that might wear out prematurely. So the C-Leg is a great asset.
As an Elvis impersonator, one would think, Elvis and legs are, really key tools to have. The transition into realizing that I could get back to the stage by the use of the C-Leg was wonderful news. And it was just a process of learning. The environment is very precarious. You're dealing with high-rise stages, so there's steps. The staging is usually black, the cables are black, the sound systems, the monitors are all black. There's lights on you, the spotlight is in your face. So there's a lot of things against, me in that environment that I spend so much time in. And any type of tripping or any type of, catching my heel, I wear a 2-inch concert heel as well. So it allows me in my moments where I might trip up, the stance control really kicks in and it stabilizes. I'm able to go down low and to kneel. And it just really allows me a lot of trust.
I have 12 steps to go down to my basement. We have our house all on one level, but I do go down to the basement to check things out. It's a living area too, and I can take one step after another to go down the stairs, and that is wonderful. And if I could have had, now knowing, looking back, all that I've gone through, if I could have had this particular leg right away, oh my goodness, what a difference in my life. Because I had some really primitive legs and some very difficult times. And I went through having 4 children with those legs. So, you know, I would have appreciated having one like this years ago.
Previously, I would have never even thought about when my children fall asleep in the van and I have to carry them into the house. I have very uneven surfaces, and I would have never thought about carrying them to their bedroom, because I would have felt like, well, if I fall, I could hurt them. And now I feel so secure with walking. I still don't even look down because they're kind of big, so I really can't look down anyway. So it's made a big difference on, you know, just living a normal life with my children, and not feeling insecure about anything, really.
From my experience, I mean, as a double above knee amputee, I mean, the C leg just it makes so much sense. It's, you know, it's not funny really. It's as I said, I've never worn anything like it. To be able to just get straight up and walk straight out of the parallel bars like that, and you know, and I, like a lot of people, my doctors told me that I'd never be able to walk without using at least 2 canes, you know, if not crutches. So I've actually got an appointment with one of those doctors back in Australia next month, and I'm going to be quite happy to cruise in there with my arms folded and get him to check it out.
Both the C-Leg and the compact microprocessor controlled knees are designed to deliver the best stability and durability. Both knees are appropriate for transfemoral amputees, including those with bilateral limb deficiencies or hip disarticulation amputations, and are indicated for those persons who are involved in activities that require a high level of stance stability, for those who walk or have potential to walk on uneven terrain, and for those who frequently descend stairs and slopes. The C-Leg is specifically intended for those users who can utilize second mode for varied activities, for those with higher activity levels who can take advantage of the microprocessor-controlled swing phase features, for those who could improve their gait when using extension damping, and for those who would benefit from the standing mode. The compact, on the other hand, is more suited for those who need the best in stance phase stability, but who, because of their activity level, would not benefit from highly variable swing phase adjustments, and who do not frequently engage in activities for which they require the second mode. Because the C-Leg and the compact are so technologically advanced, practitioners who fit them must attend a rigorous training course where they work with their own patients under the supervision of our experienced educators. To protect this valuable investment, users have the option of getting the C-Leg Protector, which covers and protects the joint and tube adapters. The protector includes an anti-slip feature that makes the system more stable when the user kneels and is easy for the user to don and doff. And with the C-Leg's 3-year warranty, which can be extended to 5 years, free service checkups, and our dedicated professional services staff, prosthetists will receive the support they need for fitting the C-Leg, while patients can be sure that the C-Leg will provide its famous security no matter where life takes them. Ottobock microprocessor controlled knees, providing users with quality for life.